if I could train 5 or 6 of my 16 dogs that started the Iditarod to ride in the sled for the first week or so, I'd do that. Because we don't need them all the first week. But I tried it once and it didn't go well. You try putting a dog in there at the start of the race, they spend more energy trying to get out of the bag than they do running in front of the sled. So we hook them up in front of the sled. Off we go. To an untrained eye, people see this for the first time, people think, gosh, it takes 16 dogs to pull that sled. No, 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 no. Hanging onto this sled with 16 dogs hooked to the front of it is a lot like hanging onto the back of a Thunderbolt. This is all you can do to hang on. And I highly recommend you do hang on. Because it becomes pretty clear pretty quick that the dogs really don't give a rip whether you're back there or not. I'm not joking. You don't want to fall off. This is not Lassie saving Timmy from the hill. My dogs expect me to hang on if I'm going to come with them. Now don't get me wrong. My dogs love me. I walk out there, you see every eye's on me. But I believe they love me as much as they do because I'm pretty good at hanging on. I'm usually still with them when they get to wherever they're going. But all I got to do back here is keep them falling off. Lean left and right, keep this sled from crashing the trees that winds its way down the trail behind the team. Once in a while from back here, I'm going to holler out a verbal command to the dogs for left, right. Speed control is all done verbally. From me to the dogs from right here. If you have any visions of me running alongside the sled, get over that. Are you kidding? To have me run alongside the sled to help my team makes about as much sense as asking this guy here to run behind the bus back to the hotel. My boss doesn't care whether he's on board or not. If you ever see me running alongside the sled during the race, there's only one good explanation. It means I'm freezing my tush off. Folks, it's cold. It can get really cold. There are times you need to run just to warm up, and I own the finest cold weather gear in the world. I still get cold. Here's a sample of the gear I wear right here. Now this may be comical, but it's not a joke. This is the outermost layer of gear that we will wear during the most severe temperatures we will encounter. And if you don't see me wearing this outfit when you see me during the Iditarod, I assure you that outfit is in the sled somewhere waiting to be put on if the temperatures were to plummet. And you know what? 25 below zero and 20 mile an hour wind, I don't care if you're wearing that outfit or not, the cold will still creep in. And you better be in shape enough to run alongside that sled. You warmed up. Once you warm up, then you get back on, you ride some more. With my new sled design on the trail these days, it's more likely you catch a musher sitting down than it is you catch one running alongside the sled. But we rarely get our picture in the paper like this. Doesn't paint the right image. You know, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure who that is. I'm going to assume they work for me. And I'm positive he's hot. So give him a round of applause. The most important part of my job during the Iditarod race does not occur when I'm riding the back of the sled, but it occurs when I'm in front of my sled. The only time I'm in front of my sled's not moving. I told you this was a non-stop race that we stopped. I think you're going to be very surprised when I get around telling you how much we stopped. But first I will remind you I'm one of the big shots. I'm supposed to be funnier. My point is, this race has been won by as little as 1 second separating first and second place at the finish line. After 1,100 miles non-stop on a dog sled, the second closest race was 2 minutes. I assure you we're not wasting any time out there. Yet even those of us who have every intention of winning the race for the finest sled dogs in the world, we will demand of our dogs that they rest almost exactly 50% of the time. That's 12 hours. Out of every 24 hours of this so-called non-stop race, I want to see my dog team sleeping or eating. It's more than you thought, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I remind you, it is 12 hours a day they're running. So let that sink in. 12 hours a day running at 10 miles an hour is 120 miles a day with 12 hours rest up. Do it again tomorrow. If you can do this 10 days in a row, you're in the hunt. Now, I don't let the dogs run those 12 hours in a row. And they don't rest 12 hours in a row. It doesn't work like that. You can do it any way you want, but that ain't going to work. Here's how most of us do it most of the time. Most of us will divide every 24-hour period into approximately 4 6-hour segments. We're going to let the dogs run about 6 hours at a time. While the dogs are running, I'm riding. They run 6 hours, 10 miles an hour. That's 60 miles. If you get 60 miles, you're going to have to run into one of these checkpoints. They're not evenly spaced, but in 60 miles, you're going to hit one. When you get to a checkpoint where you shift your food and gear, you're going to demand of your dogs that they rest, however long they just ran, because you're looking for a 1-to-1 ratio of run to rest. I say allow the dogs to run because it's clearly the part they want to do. And I say I demand that they rest because it's clearly not the part they want to do. Getting my dogs to rest after 6 hours of run is a lot like trying to get a toddler to take a nap. You got to kind of know what you're doing or the whole thing could go sour. The first thing you do at a checkpoint when it's time to rest the dogs is to anchor them down to something they can't drag off. You're going to hook them down to a tree, a stump, block ice, something they won't run off with. Then I will run, get a bale of straw, and spread it out on the ground for them to lay down on. Kind of like their blanket. They start to get the idea. Then you can fill their belly full of warm food and rub their feet after running 6 hours. They love that. If all else fails, I read them a story. It was a joke, man. During an average 6-hour break that my dogs take, I work an average of 4.5 of those hours caring for the dogs, myself, and the equipment. The race rules prohibit me from having any help of any kind from the moment I leave anchor to the moment I ride to know. Yes, ma'am, this is a very big deal. Race rules say no one's even supposed to touch my dogs but the race veterinarian from the moment I leave to the moment I ride. This is not a NASCAR race. There's no matching hats out there ready to run out and change your tires. I'm the one that's going to melt ice and snow in this bucket and produce a gallon of water for dogs per day. I'm the one that's going to make 10,000 calorie meals for each one of those dogs. Put bedding down for them, inspect their feet, put the booties on and off, clean up after them, pack their lunch, feed them dinner, give them a rub down. This job is way more domestic than most people ever dreamed. I repeat, during an average 6-hour break that my dogs take, I work 4.5 of those hours. That leaves 90 minutes. Of the 6 hours, the dog will be resting for me to lay down. I generally spend the 90 minutes I've allowed myself to lay down. I spend it laying down on top of the sled like a piece of lawn furniture. We could go indoors for 90 minutes if we wanted to. Sometimes I do. A lot of times I don't. It's often not worth the trouble. It's trouble because it takes 5 minutes to walk up to where the indoors is. The church, the school, the village, community center. Take 10 minutes, take all the clothes you're wearing off. That makes it tolerable to be outside. 10 minutes, put them back on. 5 minutes to walk back. You could easily blow 30 minutes of a 90-minute break if you go indoors. Warm is overrated. I get up from a 90-minute nap. Now I admit it, I'm generally shivering cold. I've actually figured out it's easier to get up from a nap if you're shivering and cold than if you're warm and cold. Shake the cobwebs out of your head, run around till you get your ticker going. The dogs have rested 6 hours. They're ready to run 6 hours. So they run 6 more hours, I ride 6 more hours. Then I will demand they rest 6 hours, which I will again work 4.5. Again, I'll sleep 90 minutes, and again, they'll be ready to go. Guess what? Then they run 6 hours, I ride 6 hours. Then they're going to rest 6 hours, I'll work 4.5, sleep 90 minutes, they'll be ready to go again. You get the picture?
Yes.
We do this round the clock, day and night, light or dark. The reason this race is known to be so exhausting is we get very little sleep. I'm not up for sympathy, but I'll take it. My point is, it's not me running the home, folks, it's my dogs. But of the 12 hours a day that my dogs are generally not running, they generally sleep 10 of those 12 hours, and they pretty much eat for the other 2 that they're not running or sleeping. Now, I told you earlier that I can go just as fast as 9 or 10 dogs as 10, 16, starting race 16. Remember that? What I haven't told you yet is I have no intention of taking all 16 dogs the whole way. No. The race rules allow me to withdraw any dog I want from any one of those 22 checkpoints. I can send a dog home. All I got to do is arrive at a checkpoint and identify a dog I want to send home to the race officials. We'll fill out some paperwork. They'll take the dog, put him on a plane, send him back to Anchorage. My handler picks him up, brings him home. I go on with one left. That dog cannot come back in the event, and he will not be replaced. I can usually tell you before the race even begins, you come to Anchorage and let me introduce you to my 16 dog team. Then I'll be able to point out which 9 or 10 of those 16 are the ones going the whole way and which ones I got a hunch I'll be sending home. And I'll be really, really close. Almost always the first dog I send home out of my 16 dog team is a young male on day 3. Go figure. This year it was Cheddar from the cheese litter. His brother Wiz is really good too. We actually had a little infighting argument about whether Wiz was actually a cheese or not. Just name the damn dog. I mean, it's a good name, you know. So what if it's artificial? Anyway, Cheddar is our version of a Heisman Trophy winner. Exceptionally long in talent, exceptionally short in experience. When Cheddar got picked to be on the A team, you could just tell he knew he got the nod from the big guy to go with the big dogs in the big race. He's excited as heck. He knew something was up. Dog's been in a lot of races too. This dog's a stud. He will be an all-time great, but he's never been in Anchorage for the start of the Iditarod, where there's 10,000 people lining the streets cheering him on. Skyscrapers, helicopters, snowmobiles, can-can girls. He's so excited by the start atmosphere, he's got testosterone blowing out of every pore of his body. I spent the first couple days of the race just trying to calm him down, going, Cheddar, back off, boy, this is a really long one. You're going, oh, don't you be so good to pick me! On day 3, after one of these 6-hour breaks, 15 or 16 dogs are rested, ready to go. One's still laying down. It's like after prom night. If Cheddar had to watch, he'd be going, oh crap, boy, that's the quickest 6 hours I've ever had. We put Cheddar on a plane, he flies home, he'll be in the team again next year, a little smarter. Of all the things I try to present to the dogs during training, I cannot duplicate the Iditarod race start environment. And if he's going to react that way, he's got to experience it to figure it out. Now, statistics indicate that about 1 out of 16 dogs will sprain his ankle or twist his knee, poke his nose, something silly is going to happen, he's going to get dinged up. Statistically unlikely to be serious. But serious, it don't take serious not to keep up with our team. If I have a dog with the slightest sprained ankle, he goes in the sled. He gets a ride at the checkpoint. There's vets at every checkpoint. The vets will take great care of the dog. They'll put him on a plane. He flies home. The dog will be fine by the time the race is over, but you go on without him. Now you got 14 dogs in the team. As we proceed up the trail on any given day, on this 6-hour schedule with run and rest, it's not uncommon that our competitors catch and pass us along the way. Later in the day, you catch and pass them back. I don't really care where my competitors are during the race, and they should not care where I am, because the only place it will count to be in the front of this race is the finish line. And boy, is that a long ways away. Now, somewhere around 2/3 of the way to the race, we get over here near the coast. It's usually around day 7. I'm liable to have a dog in the team that basically raises his hand, says, Coach, good grief, can we slow down? I didn't sprain my ankle, get plenty of sleep, but I'm 10-mile-an-hour dog. Go 10 miles an hour, go the whole way. Well, the problem is, we got 13 dogs going to go 10 and a half. I don't want to slow down 13 dogs going to go 10 and a half, but the one wants to go 10. So I'm going to put the 10-mile-an-hour dog in the next plane, send him home, take 13, want to go the same speed at the same time. A couple years ago during that Iditarod, I had a female dog come into heat. There's a quick ticket home. I won't go into detail here, but you don't want a dog in heat in that Iditarod. You get to the next checkpoint, fill out the paperwork, and you get sweet riches on the first plane out of town. This is a distraction you don't need. It is not by accident that we finish this race with a statistical average of 9 or 10 dogs. We are targeting a number of dogs that we can go to the very highest speed, the least amount of work. Until you have melted ice and snow in this bucket that 40 below zero. Create a gallon of water for a dog who's not helping your forward progress. Would you fully appreciate what I'm trying to say? Okay. That was a very quick overview of what it's like to be competitive in the race. But if you were to leave here tonight thinking this race was just about us hot shots in a big hurry to get there first, I've done you horrible disservice. There are bigger heroes in this race who've never won, never will, than I could ever be. Several of them. You know, at 60 years old, I still have 25 years to go before I'll be the oldest guy to run the Iditarod. This race has been completed in its entirety by 85-year-old Norman Vaughn 10 times since he turned 70. Same guy, Norman Vaughn, went to the South Pole with Admiral Byrd when he was 18. I'm not making this up. Go home and just Google Norman Vaughn's name. I just got a Facebook message from his widow today. He died at 104 some years ago. I could talk all day about Norman Vaughn, one of my heroes. He was in the race 10 times since he turned 70. Never won the race. In fact, he never once was even accused of being in a hurry. My point is, not everybody in this race is in a hurry. It's like the New York Marathon. Jam-packed full of people know they're not going to win it before it starts. Or they'd love to, but ain't in the cards for them. They just want a personal best. They want to be with a bunch of people who enjoy doing the same thing they enjoy. Most people that run the Iditarod have full-time jobs doing something else. They save up their vacation pay, they save up their vacation time. They won't be going to Cabo. They don't go to Honolulu. They run the Iditarod pretty much year after year. Most people that sign up to run the Iditarod have about as much chance of ever winning the Iditarod as I would have a chance of winning the Tour de France on my trike. Which is none. I have a 3-minute video for you. It's very fun. It's intended to be entertaining. I'm willing to bet you'll find it entertaining. But before I turn it on, I want to challenge you to get a little more out of this than just entertainment. Because what you're about to see are the real dogs, the real trail, the real people, the real deal. Imagine it's you riding a sled. This is as close as most of you will ever come to riding a sled on the Iditarod Trail. I want you to get the most out of it you can. Look at the dogs, look at the trail, look at the scenery, look at the weather, look at the body language of the people and the dogs. You tell me if you think these dogs would stop if you fell off. This is an example of the verbal command used to steer. Halt, turn left. The spirit of the Husky's gonna lead the way, blazing through the snow 100 miles a day. Rock, rock, I did a rock, 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 I did a rock and roll. The trails get rolled. Very good tone. Let's go. questions you have about anything you've seen here, sir?
If you actually fall off, the dogs keep going, are you done?
Nope.
What happens?
Are you familiar with the acronym SOL? That's what happens. It doesn't wreck, it won't, I don't know if anyone's not finished the race because of it, but it'll wreck your day because they're not going to stop willingly. They'll stop, but it will be unwilling. What will stop them unwillingly? I don't know. The most likely thing, if you're going down a steep, difficult trail like you saw in the video, in deep snow with lots of turns, downhill, and you fall off, your sled's overturned, the sled's going to get hooked on something within a mile or two because you're not on it anymore. And it's a narrow trail in deep snow. The sled may be broken by the time you get to it, but that's where they'll be. The good news here is that, good grief. The good news is the dogs aren't going to leave the trail that they were on when you fell off. They will stay on that trail like a train stays on the tracks, whether the engineer's up there or not. It will affect how fast they go. They'll generally speed up without the musher on, coaxing them to take it easy. Oh, Jeff's kind of quiet. Let's pick it up. Other questions? Sir?
Are you standing most of the time?
Traditionally, we were standing all the time until somebody thought this up.
Can you steer from there?
No, every time you have to steer, you stand up, do the steering, and sit right back down. I cannot emphasize as much passion as I have for what I do. There's plenty of boredom and monotony when it comes to the sled riding part. We showed you some of the most exciting video footage, not showing you the hundreds and hundreds of miles that you feel like you're in a Bugs Bunny cartoon and the same trees just go by over and over. You had a question, sir?
Yeah, I was wondering, pretty much along that line, like how long, how much do you have to stay and how much you just kind of sit?
The sled will follow the dogs for the most part. But any place the sled or the trail turns, the dogs start turning before the sled gets there. And in those cases, by adjusting your weight and, for the sake of a better description, steer the sled, that will help the sled go around the corner. If you did nothing, the same corner, the sled would still probably go around the corner. It might clip the tree on the inside of the corner, and it might even hit the tree if there's one on the inside of the corner. And that's the kind of thing that happens when the musher falls off. You're not there to just do a little bit of body weight, and you go around the tree if you do that, and if you don't, you hit the tree.
Like what percentage would you say that you're sitting down and you get rest when you're sitting down?
Do I get rest when I'm sitting down? Absolutely. The race record dropped 24 hours the year after this sled was introduced to the race. And it's because the musher was getting more rest. The people in the race said, Jeff, it's unbelievable how different you guys look. You are comparatively have so much more energy to do the chores that are necessary to do, which gives you an opportunity to get the chores done quicker. You actually get more sleep because the chores got done quicker. The whole thing translated into the race speeding up. Sir, you had a question?
Yes. You eventually will decide when you want to quit. The dogs, do they decide they want to quit, or do you make them quit, and at what age?
I certainly don't have an age where the dogs, I say that the dogs are done racing with me. Understand a dog that retires from my team is a little bit like Joe Montana retiring from the... No, he went and played for Broncos. Didn't he play for Broncos? Whatever. He's a pretty healthy guy, and he could kick the crap out of any one of us, but he's done playing pro ball. He still loves to play catch with his kid and his grandkid, or teaches Pop Warner He's got a lot of life to lead. He didn't want to be in the Super Bowl anymore. That's about the same comparable time in the dog's life they retire from a team of my caliber. Many dogs that are done racing with me will go into teams and run the Iditarod 1 or 2 more times in a team that's not even competing. It's just going for the trick. They're well capable of doing that.
Well, what was the oldest dog?
I have had 2 dogs that finished in my winning team at 9 years old. And I assure you that if they didn't want to be there, I wouldn't have had them there. And there are times they want to be there and they can't be. But in this case, I've had 2 9-year-olds finish. They finished 6 Iditarods. Their last one at 9 years old. Ma'am?
What's
The fastest Iditarod time. The record was set this year. Warm weather and low snow conditions translates into go faster in the Iditarod. Even if it's dirt, the dogs go faster on dirt. It's the musher who gets beat up being dragged along on the dirt. More mushers scratch the years that there are sections with low snow, but whoever does manage to navigate it will go faster than usual. 8 days, 11 hours is the new record. Ma'am?
How much would it cost to enter the race?
The entry fee for the race, the entry fee to sign your name up, assuming you've qualified, which is a big assumption, you will spend thousands of dollars in 2 years of your life getting through the pre-race qualifying event that will allow you to even be there. But that's not what you really asked. I don't need to qualify because I'm qualified. I have to pay $4,000 along with anyone else who finally is qualified to run that dinner. $4,000 bucks. Now, of all the things I spend money on to do this, that's one of the best values I've got. Because it provides a trail for 1,000 miles that is marked with veterinarians at every checkpoint. That's $4,000. Any dog I might withdraw from my team and send home, free of charge, he goes home. There's people waiting, stand by to do that. So it's good value. If you own a dog team and you want to run the Iditarod, in addition to that $4,000, there's another $10,000 worth of banquet tickets, airplane tickets, hotels, travel. Now that does not count caring for the dogs. I will spend about $100,000 a year. That $4,000 entry, the $10,000 worth of banquet tickets, and $90,000 worth of overhead for food, vet care, etc. 100 grand. The good news is, if I win, I make 75. There's nobody in this for the money, and even the winner will not recoup their costs. Ma'am?
I just had a question about how you take care of the dog's feet. You said something about
Booties? It is not uncommon that the dogs will have a protective covering on their feet. We call them booties. They're made of ballistics nylon. They're essentially a fabric mitten, not designed for warmth, but designed for certain types of abrasive snow conditions. They will reduce the dog's traction, so you don't put them on indiscriminately. I need to know when the dog and which dog needs it in advance of a dog having any discomfort to its foot. We got to put them in a booty because a dog with a sore foot is not going to run well.
So
Folks,
the extreme temperatures don't affect their feet, like we would get frostbite.
no, on the contrary. The fact is, the colder it is, the more dogs will be wearing booties. But it has nothing to do with their feet getting cold. It has to do with the snow getting cold. Super cold snow is more abrasive at a molecular level. Therefore, it is the reason we're putting the booties on, not because of the temperature. Folks, I wrote a book called Cold Hands, Warm Heart, 16 chapters of my most exciting dog mushing experiences, including a night I fell through the Yukon River ice, 38 below zero, in the middle of the night. If you want to find out if I live, you got to buy the book. 16 chapters of the most exciting, scariest, happiest, funniest, proudest, most memorable moments I've spent on a dog sled. I'm very, very proud of my book. It's in its second edition. 40 full-color images, supports the stories. I've autographed the books. I'd be happy to personalize one for you in just a moment if you're interested. Released my second book this spring, Zig the Warrior Princess. It's a children's book about my lead dog Zig and the life and times of a dog here at Husky Homestead. How many of you got somebody taking care of your dog back home? Don't forget to get a thank you for that special person taking care of your pride and joy. I think Husky Homestead chocolate would be proud. We have branded our own quality chocolate product, and my favorite dogs are on the wrapper. It's a very fun gift for somebody who had to stay home and take care of your dog. We have photos of you and the puppies that were taken when you first arrived. I highly recommend you take a look at the photos. My staff does a great job. Pictures of you and our future Iditarod champions. Folks, I realize you didn't come here to shop. That's why we didn't leave you any time to shop. When you get on your feet, you're going to have all of barely over 10 minutes, 15 at the most, till you need to be on the bus. If you miss the bus, you're here for the winter. So people think that's right. Those of you with other questions are welcome to approach me on a one-on-one basis. I look forward to answering those questions. But those of you that have any interest in a t-shirt or book, you need to get going right now. Thank you very much.